Hello, dear children. I hope all of you are fine. We are going to start our second chapter of political science, that is diversity and discrimination. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about difference, prejudices, stereotypes, inequality, discrimination. Let's focus on difference and prejudice. Actually, there are a lot of things that makes us different and different in a way in which we live, what we speak, what we eat, what we wear, and what we play. All this depends upon the historical backgrounds and geographical settings of the place we live in. We live in a diverse country like India, where there are eight major religions in the world, and all of these are practiced by us. You know, there are 1600 languages and more than 100 dance forms in India. Diversity is not always celebrated because we feel safe and secure with the people who look, talk, and dress like us. When we move here and there, we meet many people who are very different from us, and thus we find them strange and unfamiliar. At times, we have no idea why they are different from us. Now let's find out what prejudice means. It means to judge other people negatively or to see them as inferior without actually knowing anything about them. When we think that one particular way is the best and right way to do anything, we often end up not respecting others. I want to clear this with an example. Like, if somebody speaks in English and you know that English is one of the best language among all, then we start judging that person. We start to judge other languages negatively. What happens if anybody will speak in English, then you have respect for that person. If a person cannot speak in English, then you have disrespect for that person. That is a prejudice. Sometimes these prejudices are seen in people religious beliefs too. It is seen in color of the skin. It is seen in the region they come from, the accent they speak in, the clothes they wear. These are the things through which prejudices are seen. And you know, these prejudices are kind of create um, injustice, unfairness, intolerance in the society. It shows the narrow mindedness of the people. And these prejudices is unreasonable dislike or preference for a particular group or a person over other. So we can say this is not a good way. Discrimination means treating people differently or negatively on grounds of age, disability, gender, income, nationality, color, or religion. Usually, discrimination takes place when people act on their prejudices or stereotypes. Groups of people who speak different languages, they follow different religion, they come from different regions. They are often discriminated against their custom, their practices, because some of the people think that they are inferior or they are backward. Discrimination always take place because of several reasons, like it could be economic reason, it could be cultural discrimination, it could be that you don't like the particular practice of any group. It could be because of lifestyle. So there are various reasons behind discrimination. You know what prejudice is? Prejudice means to judge other people negatively or to see them as inferior without actually knowing about them. And these prejudices are the reasons behind
Stereotypes. When we fix people into one image, we create a stereotype. And a stereotype is a bunch of traits that is associated with all members of a specific social group. You know, let me take an example. The stereotype may be in respect to any religion, sex, race, or economic background. People are bad, people are good anywhere in the world, in any gender, in any community, whether they are rich, whether they are poor, but we cannot consider that everyone is same. Every individual has its own quality, has its own skill, which makes them different from others. But these stereotypes prevent us from seeing each person as a unique individual. They fit large number of people into only one pattern or one type. I want to take an example of a girl who is 12 years old. She does not go to school. She stays at her home to do household work. But her brother, he goes to school because traditionally boys go out and earn money while girls take care of the household. This is an ancient stereotype about the role of male and female members in a family. I hope you understood about stereotype. Now, children with special needs. Shalini goes to school in a wheelchair and Raman uses Braille script to read. Earlier, such children was called as disabled or handicapped. Handicap is an outcome of the disability or impairment that restricts a person from playing the role as expected from an individual in normal condition. Then word impaired is also used. It means loss of body part or its abnormality. Losing an eye is in an accident is impairment. It is not necessary that the impairment interferes with the performance of the person. Today the term has changed. Now they are known as children with special needs. From ancient time, caste-based discrimination prevails in our society. It involves division of society on the basis of occupation, काम के base पे. The society was divided into hierarchy, the four castes, Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Under this system, people are engaged in different kinds of work for their livelihood, such as teaching, weaving, fishing, farming, carpentry, etc. Some people do cleaning, washing, cutting hair, picking garbage. However, these are seen as tasks that they are less weightage and are considered as dirty and impure. This belief is an important aspect of the caste system. In India, there was caste system. In this system, communities, groups, people were placed in a sort of ladder where each caste was either above or below the other. The people who placed themselves at the top of the ladder called themselves as upper caste, and below were placed at the bottom of the ladder are unworthy. They are also considered as untouchable. Caste rules were set which did not allow the so-called untouchables to take on work other than what they were meant to do. For example, some people or groups pick garbage or remove dead animals from the village. But the people belonging to these groups are not allowed to enter the homes of the upper caste people. These people were not even took water from the village well or not enter the temple. Children of these groups were not often allowed to sit next to the children of other caste in school. In other words, untouchables were not allowed to take on work other than what they are meant to do. People maintained distance from them and they were called as Dalits. Jyotirao Govindrao Phule. He was a social reformer of Maharashtra. He revolted against the unfair caste system under which millions of people have suffered since ages. And actually, one incident in 1840 has took place with him, which motivated him to fight for the rights of the untouchables. What happened? Jyotirao Phule father was a vegetable vendor. सब्जी बेचते थे. Once Jyotirao was invited to a wedding of his Brahmin friend, and his friend has taken in a procession. Jyotirao was also part of the wedding procession. When his friend's relatives realized that he belongs to a lower caste, they insulted and ill-treated him. Jyotirao was so hurt that he returned home with tears in his eyes, and um, he was having a bitter experience that how can someone discriminate him on the basis of caste, that he was the son of a vegetable vendor. He was so hurt, and his father was trying to console him that you should calm down. After this incident, he decided that now it's the time that we have to stand up and fight for the rights of the depressed class people. This small incident took a U-turn in his life, that he analyzed that caste system is one of the deep rooted problem in the society which will not break easily. It is not easy to break these caste barriers. He assessed that mm, better economic breaks will provide that everyone should get better economic opportunities, and they should deserve more respect and dignity in the society. Every person, whether they belongs to any caste, they should live respectful and with full dignity in the society. No one should be discriminated on the basis of caste system. So he was fighting for the people who belongs to the lower caste, that they should get equal privilege and equal respect in the society. Finally, Gandhiji, he also started working for Shudras. He called them Harijan, or children of the called. He lived and worked with them. Caste system has broken the society, and it was realized during the freedom struggle that caste system has divided all the Indians. You know, some people are discriminated on the grounds of being poor, or they belong to different culture group. For example, these tribals are still discriminated for their cultural differences. They are the most neglected social group, I can say. Even after so many years of independence, they are economically as well as socially backward because of their cultural differences. This was all about this slide. In next slide, I'm going to discuss about fighting for equality and the constitution and fundamental rights. Thank you.